everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Brianna Wilson. I'm the founder and occupational therapist behind Freedom and Function located in Austin, Texas. So today is going to be a really quick video. I just wanted to do a product highlight type of video where I discuss these two items in front of me. So what I have here are the bendable built-up utensils, and I have a spoon and a fork. This set typically also comes with a knife. Usually it's like a rocker type of knife, but it's not bendable. So that's why I'm just talking about these two items here, okay? So there are pros and cons to using these type of utensils. These type of utensils are good for people who may be developing a grasp, but the grasp is still weak, and so it's really hard to hold on to traditional spoons and forks when you're trying to feed yourself or practice feeding yourself with your dominant hand that you typically would eat with, okay? So one thing that I like about this is that because it is built up, it's easier to hold on to, and it also has a non-slip type of material, and so you really don't have to have that strong of a grip. Obviously, the lighter foods that you're practicing with, the better performance that you may have with them, as heavier foods tend to kind of tilt, either with like the spoon might tilt the spoon down, or it might, slip it out of your hand some way, okay? So that's something important to keep in mind. I also like the fact that it's bendable. So you can angle the fork or spoon towards your mouth, so it's kind of like less movement that you have to do in the hand or wrist to be able to eat. And then another thing that I like about it is that you can just throw it in the dishwasher. This part comes out, and you can wash these two pieces separately. And the same goes for the spoon, okay? Now, some cons about this type of utensil is that the neck of the spoon and fork are really stiff, and so though it's bendable, it does take quite some force to be able to bend it, so it might not be something that you're able to do by yourself one-handed. If that's what you're needing to do, you might have to ask for help. Another thing that can be considered a con about this type of utensil is that it's kind of awkward to use, and it can be really frustrating at first, and I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to go ahead and bend these both. So we'll bend the spoon, and then we'll bend the fork, which you got to be a little bit more careful with because it has the sharper ends, okay? And so as you can see now, they're at closer to a 90-degree angle, and you can kind of bend it anywhere in that range that you need it to be. So typically with this type of utensil, we kind of hold it with this gross grasp. Now, because of that, you either have to kind of hike this shoulder up to bring it to your mouth, okay? Or if your elbow is resting on the table, you kind of have to do this awkward wrist motion to bring it to you, okay? If you do have a developing tripod grasp that's gaining some strength, you might be able to hold it like this, but something that you may notice depending on the weight of your food is that if you don't have enough strength to kind of stabilize it in place, maybe with the thumb, that your spoon will tilt down on you and all your contents will empty out. And so it really does take practice to use. Same thing goes with the fork. With the gross grasp, sometimes it's really hard to stick your food with the fork, okay? And so it might require a lot more like wrist movement to be able to angle the fork like you need it, and it might just require some playing around to figure out what angle the fork is better for you to be able to stick your food, okay? And like I said, it can be really frustrating at first, and it's definitely, especially in the beginning, it's not something that I encourage people to like eat a whole meal with. Practice for the first part of the meal and then eat your food, or eat your food first and then switch over and practice with the little bit that's left so your food doesn't get cold or something like that. But you don't want feeding yourself with your dominant hand to become like a negative experience. So you want to just take it slow, realize that you're just practicing, you're just trying to retrain your brain and hand to be able to do what it was doing prior to your stroke, okay? So these utensils definitely are not perfect, and there are some other options available that I hope to be able to talk to you guys about in the future, but these are definitely a good option for those of you, like I said, that have a weak but developing grasp and are really wanting to practice self-feeding with your dominant hand that you used to feed with before your stroke, okay? So if you have any questions about these products here, I'm going to leave a link in the description box, and you can also leave me a comment down below, okay? So until next time, bye guys.